What is up, everybody? Star Wars Dad back for another video. Today we're going to be looking at Kylo Green. So, first thing I want to say about this deck is that there are multiple ways to play this, and this is early in testing, so even today what we're going to talk about is two different aggro versions, and there's even another version that's a Palpatine's Return version. So, there's a lot of diversity with how to play this deck, and you know, it's so early on, it's hard to tell what is the best way, especially before we see how the meta game develops. But so looking at this first iteration, this is what I kind of started testing with. So this is more of an underworld focused version. So we have 3 of the Salacious Crumb, 3 of the Reckless Gunslinger, 3 of the Lady Proxima, just 2 of the Migs Mayfeld, and 3 of the Mercenary Gunship. So just a lot of underworld units very early on just to empty our hand. Then we have the Superlaser Technician, which is very, very good in this deck because allows you to play Kylo on turn 2, and with all the cheap 1-drops, you are able to usually empty out your hand for the most part and at least swing in for like 3 damage with Kylo. Another big thing about this deck is Fallen Lightsaber. With all the cheap units and just Kylo itself, Fallen Lightsaber is very, very strong in this deck, and a lot of times it just wins you the game. Kylo Ren with an empty hand is a 5/4. With a Fallen Lightsaber is a 8/7. So just an incredible value, and a lot of times you can just play that on Kylo on the turn it flips. So turn 3, you can play a Fallen Lightsaber onto Kylo and just start swinging it for 8 damage with your leader, which is insane. When I hear people say that Kylo is not very good, I think they're not thinking about how to empty your hand. Kylo's ability allows it to do that, which pumps up your units and does damage with Migs. If Migs is out there, in this particular version, you get a lot of pinging from Lady Proxima, Reckless Gunslinger, and Salacious Crumb because you can just send it back to your hand, ping one of their units, then play it again and ping their base again. It's a very, very strong card, especially with Lady Proxima. It's a very strong card in general. I think it's going to be in a lot of decks. Basically, I mean, any kind of deck with Underworld synergy, any kind of deck that's control that has green, it's just going to be a very, very good card. Other things about this particular list, we have, the Punishing One Underworld, the Jango Fett Underworld. We have 2 price on your head and 3 guild target in this particular iteration. So a little bit of ramp in here as well with the Superlaser Tech. So 5 pieces of ramp, which does help you to get up to Steadfast quicker and Darth Maul quicker. Steadfast is very, very good in this deck with Ambush, with the ECL that you occasionally use. 2 Cursantin, just for the Bounty Hunter synergy. Cursantin, I never really felt like it was that great in here. It always kind of felt meh. Darth Maul, however, has been absolutely insane and has been what I would deem like the closer. Like it comes in like the relief pitcher and just closes the game out to get in for that extra damage. One very, very cool thing that you can do with Darth Maul is to play a guild target onto a ground unit the same turn that you ambush Darth Maul in, because guild target is free. And you can kill that unit, overwhelm for whatever damage you have, and then get to trigger the guild target as well. So Darth Maul is very, very good in here. We're just trying to push damage, and Darth Maul does a very, very good job with that. Darth Vader, not so much. That's more of like if we want to find a Sentinel to slow things down. That's better in like a Darth Vader deck. I think it's better in the Palpatine's Return version of this deck. But in this particular version, Darth Maul is just insane. A lot of the games that I win is because Darth Maul. I'm not going to talk about the sideboard yet because the sideboard's pretty much the same for both these versions, but this is the Underworld version, just to give you an idea. So I am going to test this one out a little bit in the video today. The third version, which I can't even remember what the second version was now, but the third version focuses, it doesn't have the force choke and open fire that this version had as pieces of removal. This version just uses timely intervention. So what that allows us to do is basically use all of our units as potential removal spells if need be. That also allowed us to pump up our Fallen Lightsaber to 3, which, like I said, has been very, very strong. This version doesn't have as many Underworld units. I took out the Lady Proxima. I took out the Chrysanthemum. I added in TIE Fighter to have another strong 1-drop, and added in Phase Dark Trooper just to kind of help for some of those aggro mirrors, just to have a Sentinel on the ground, and it's also very good with ECL and Timely Intervention. So for example, you ECL in a Phase Dark Trooper, kill a thing that has 2 power, maybe like a Sabine, either one of the Sabines, or Spec Soldier, R2-D2, whatever. It pumps itself up to a 4/4, and then it's able to block something else as a 4/4 and kill something else. So Phase Dark Trooper is a very, very good card. It is going to be a Sentinel that you see all the time from now on. Timely Intervention and ECL with that card is just very, very good. So I felt like with bringing in the 3 Timely Intervention as a form of removal, that I wanted to have the Phase Dark Trooper. So this version is, I feel like, a little more well-rounded because of Timely Intervention. Just the ability, because it also is, I can use it on Steadfast. If let's say I've already used the ECL because of Super Laser Tech and I wanted to ramp early, and it made sense to get Kylo out there on turn 2, then I can't ECL Steadfast, and ECLing Steadfast is amazing, but now I can Timely Intervention. Timely Intervention is also only 1 resource, so it's a good card to just kind of like spend my resources to make Kylo stronger. It's also a very good card to have as a resource because you can smuggle it at any time for 2 resources, and in this particular deck, most of your units are cheap, so that is a very strong play to resource that card and play it at any time. It also allows us to Timely Intervention with Jango Fett, which is very strong in here with Guild Target, and we're also playing more ramp in this particular version because this version is focused on Steadfast and Darth Maul closing the game out. In the main board, at least. So we have 3 Price on your head, the 3 Super Laser Tech, and 2 Resupply. So 8 forms of ramp. For a deck that is very low to the ground and very aggressive, that seems kind of odd, but a lot of games, your cheaper units get taken out, or maybe they have an answer for Kylo Ren, or maybe you didn't find your Fallen Lightsaber, so you start to run out of gas. But if you have the resources to hit Steadfast and Darth Maul, especially Darth Maul or Steadfast with the Timely Intervention, because Timely Intervention costs 2, so like at 7 resources, you can pull it out of your resources and ambush in Steadfast. And that helps you close the game out because both of those units have Overwhelm. So Jango Fett also has Overwhelm. Punishing 1 also benefits from having these 6 bounties because you can ready it after you've killed a unit. So getting into the sideboard, this is another reason why I have the 8 ramp, is because if you notice, our sideboard is very expensive. And the reasoning is because a lot of the matchups that we're going to have problems with, we really need stronger things to deal with them. So, Ruthless Raider is good against control, just to come in, hit for 2 damage. It's a strong flyer. Emperor Palpatine is good for decks that go wide, or aggro decks potentially. Relentless is great against control. Palpatine is great against control. Krayt Dragon is amazing against control. And then, of course, we have the 2 Emperor's Legion for decks that have a lot of removal or control or Super Laser Blast, which is also a very strong card for us because we have a lot of cheap units. So in this particular version, we only had 2 of these Salacious Crumb, which I think is fine because of its ability to pull itself back into your hand. And we're basically going to be using it to set up knockouts. We're using Migs Mayfeld to set up knockouts as well for our bounties. And then Timely Intervention, like I said, is going to be something that we use to benefit on those bounties a lot and get those bounties activated so that we can ramp or push for more damage with Guild Target. This deck is a ton of fun. Like I said, this is early theory crafting. This is the version that has felt the best to me as far as aggro Kylo Green goes. You're pushing a damage. A lot of times you're playing like Stormtrooper and TIE Fighter on turn 1. Sometimes you're playing 3 units on turn 2 with all your 1-drops. Sometimes you're just trying to set up knockouts. It's really, really easy to empty your hand in this deck. Depending on what you're playing against, sometimes you're more focused on ramp. It just depends. The Fallen Lightsaber, I can't say enough about that card in here. It's amazing on Kylo. It's great on like Stormtrooper. It's great on, even Salacious Crumb becomes a 4/6. It turns these really cheap units into very, very relevant cards. And then if you're able to put it on Kylo Ren or even Darth Maul, which, if you get on Darth Maul, it becomes a 10/9. That's just insane with Overwhelm. That has happened before. But specifically on Kylo Ren, it's a very, very strong play to flip Kylo Ren and play a Fallen Lightsaber. I think with that play, to me, it makes the potential for Kylo Ren stronger than other aggressive decks because there is the Dark Saber, which you can play on Sabine when you flip Sabine. So there's that, that's a plus 4/3. So Sabine becomes a 6/8. So very similar. So let me recant that statement. So Sabine gets that same thing with Dark Saber. But that Fallen Lightsaber with Kylo Ren is such a strong play, and the fact that you get to do 1 damage to each thing on the ground is incredible. It sets up your Overwhelming Barrage, which is a very impactful card. That combined with Salacious Crumb and Migs Mayfeld, with you're pinging other units. This deck is a lot of fun. I think it's very strong. Again, this is an early iteration, so I'm sure there will be more adjustments made as the metagame develops to adjust to certain matchups that start to head to the top of the meta. But, the good thing about this game is that it's a very well-rounded game, and I do think that it's more about the player skill level than it is about the actual deck. If everyone's playing a competitive deck, I think it's more about the skill level. But let's get into the sideboard real quick. Okay, so against aggro, we're not really changing anything. Our deck is built to beat aggro. The only thing that we might consider as the metagame evolves, if there's a lot of very strong aggro decks in the meta and we're having a hard time, I might bring in a couple Consortium Star Viper in the sideboard and maybe cut like the Ruthless Raider. Really just depends. But for right now, I'm just going to keep it as is because we are built to beat aggro. Okay, against Boba, we're bringing in Crate Dragon and Palpatine. Taking out the Reckless Gunslinger because I feel like Boba can sometimes be more aggressive than us, so that could potentially hurt us. Taking out 1 TIE Fighter just because that's not the most effective card against Boba. And then, again, possibly bringing in the Consortium Star Viper if we feel like that matchup is difficult through lots of testing. But, I think with Steadfast Battalion and Darth Maul, those have good numbers. There's also a possibility we might bring in the Disabling Fang Fighter in the sideboard if we feel like this matchup is tough, or we feel like the upgrades are just kind of getting out of hand. I think that's another card I would consider bringing in the sideboard, especially for the Boba matchup. So again, just early theory crafting and trying to guesstimate what it's going to look like. Against Control, we're bringing in our entire sideboard because Control for this deck I think is one of the tougher matchups. But once we bring in all those cards in the sideboard, I think the matchup gets a lot better. Relentless and Crate Dragon are just very, very strong against Control. Emperor's Legion is very good for replenishing a lot of our cheap units and filling our board right back after a board wipe. Ruthless Raider is good for pushing damage. So we're taking out the guild target because we're not going to be really that focused on killing their units. The Salacious Crumb is not going to be as important to gain the life. Phase Dark Trooper is not going to be as important to protect our base. We're trying to push damage and beat them before they beat us. And usually that Sentinel is not needed for that. And then because we are taking out the guild target, we take out 1 Jango Fett and 1 Punishing One, since those two cards lose a little bit of their effectiveness with 3 less bounties in the deck. We're keeping all of our ramps so that we can get into these big spells, and we're really relying on these big spells and then the Emperor's Legion to help us close the game out. I think everything else is going to get a little bit of damage in here and there, but these big spells are really going to be where we take it over the top against control. Again, this could all change significantly based on how things shape out in the next month or so as the metagame develops. But as always, too, please like and subscribe. As of right now, we're at 979. So there's a possible chance by the time that this video is published that we already hit 1,000. But if not, please jump in the the community section and comment on the 1,000 subscriber giveaway to have a chance at winning the Darth Vader or the Boba Fett unit. And then I will be reaching out to you to send you your card plus some other cards, whatever I can help you with that you might need to help the community grow. But what I want to say this about these decks, that I do these deck techs on and these videos, and just kind of what I hope the channel becomes is more like, look at these deck lists as a very good starting point, but let's all like use the channel and the chat to like brainstorm and like, hey, I tried out the list and I felt like, if you tweaked this card or this card here, or I felt like this was a good sideboard option, or hey, I tried this card out, you should try it out. And that kind of stuff is really, really helpful. I want the channel to be like a place where people watch these videos, get a good starting point, and then they can use the comment section to kind of help them adjust the list and make it even better. Like, I spend a lot of effort to make these decks as good as I can based off of the playtesting, but that doesn't mean that they're the best version. There's always going to be a card here, a card there, or something I missed occasionally, or something I mispronounced, which happens often. But that's kind of what I hope is like use those, use the comments in these videos as a starting point, and like, let me know what your lists are. I want to hear what your lists are, because sometimes I'm like, how did I miss that card? And then it makes a lot of sense. I think the last video I like totally missed the Cassian card in the red deck to be a better card than Night Skirmisher, because it comes in ready when you smuggle it, and they smuggle for the same cost. Cassian's 1 power cheaper, but it has 5 HP, which is more likely to survive if it's on the board early. So just little things like that. Everybody misses stuff, but let's get into some games and see how this deck performs. All right, up against Cassian yellow. Turn 1 we have Gunslinger. Turn 2 we have Punishing One. It's not the strongest hand. We also have Fallen Lightsaber. Fallen Lightsaber makes us a 5/4. No. I mean, Price on Your Head seems fine. I think we're gonna let Gil Target go. And it's either Price on Your Head or Punishing One. I think we gotta let that go. We gotta get units down. Not a very good hand at all. Not really. See what he does. He plays a unit on the ground. Oh, that's not good. Okay. Lady Proxima Migs or Punishing One. Lady Proxima is pretty solid. I think we're just gonna let that go. I don't want to get rid of Darth Maul. I feel like Darth Maul's gonna come in handy against a deck like this. Okay. Shielded 2/2 is not the greatest. It's going to kill Migs most likely. Is what I would do if it were me. Okay. Did he take damages? Okay. Chrysanthemum or Price on Your Head? I think the L337 is a good target for Price on Your Head. think we just want Darth Maul. Yep. Okay. So this is an easy choice. They'll pop us up to 5. Okay. Grogu's interesting. Great. So now we get to lose Darth Maul. That sucks, because we've been holding on to that card all game. Just kill Grogu. Get that off the field. That's a good draw. It's a very good draw. We're not going to resource either of those. Yeah, no. He's flipping on 6. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and do this. Give that plus 2/2. Get it for 1, kill Poe. Okay. Cool. That's also a very good set of cards. Going to pass. Goodness, man, stop stealing that card. Like, that's 2 times now he's gotten Spark off on that card. It's ridiculous. Alright, we're gonna have to go face here, because he's gonna kill our Kylo now. Because we discarded the Fallen Lightsaber twice now, which is ridiculous. No, okay. Yeah. So this is an easy choice. I'm just gonna bounce the 1/3, kill Cassian. Swing in for 3. He's at 6 resources. Losing both those Fallen Lightsabers really hurts. As that would have definitely helped close this game out quicker. And we lost Darth Maul too. So this is like a hand disruptive deck that we're playing against here. Alright, if he attacked in a punishing one, we're just going to attack with that first. We could use Kylo's discard ability at any time to pump up one of our units to help us close the game out. Now we're going to pass. All these cards are playable this turn. It's quite annoying. This deck has been very, very annoying so far. Okay. We will play Punishing One. And Kylo's Silencer. I don't know if the annoying's the right word or just he's been good, I guess. I don't know. Okay. There's the Darth Maul we've been waiting for. Let's let this go now. Okay, let's go in here first because that card is about to die. Hopefully it doesn't have another Cunning or another Spark of Rebellion for their Darth Maul. So we have Darth Maul next turn. Okay, Chewie is not a problem. Go face. So we can just force choke Chewie and then bounce the Salacious Crumb, which has been very, very good this game. So we'll play guild target and bounce. Also, you can return an upgrade on. Exhaust a unit and return each upgrade on it to its owner's hand. Let's just put that there. So he exhausted the Salacious Crumb. Enemy non-leader unit to its owner's hand. Collect that unit's bounty. Okay. We're just gonna claim the initiative because Darth Maul will get in for 6 damage. Right? Or we just want to play the 3-drop. Yeah, let's still play the 3-drop so this we have more units to attack with. Okay, let's just claim the initiative because Darth Maul gets in for 6 immediately, so that's going to be hard for him to deal with. Okay. Cool. Alright, I think we can let Price in your head go. This has been a tough one, man. I mean, those early sparks and choose a card to damage for Darth Maul. We'll just pass on that. Good game. Yeah. So that was a close one, but again, the sparks early, the cunning, the force throw. I mean, it was just a lot of discard. But Darth Maul was able to come through. It makes me want a third one because it's just such a good card. Alright, looking at our hand. No, I think we're gonna get rid of. This is tough. I think we're gonna get rid of. Darth Maul and Gunship. Since we're playing, I put a third Maul in here now, so I feel better about resourcing it early. So he's playing a 3-drop. So we could totally just waltz in and kill that thing, which I don't think is the worst thing ever. I'm not opposed to it. But we have such an aggressive start, like should we just ambush it in or should we just threaten to kill it with our Stormtroopers next turn anyways? I think, I don't know. We're still outpacing him, so I don't see the point in doing that right now. Let's get rid of all the expensive stuff. Is he going face? See what he plays next. Whether it will determine if we want to kill his Night Owl Skirmisher. Yeah, that's kind of annoying. Because of the life gain that comes along with it. But I mean, do have overwhelming barrage. We do have Steadfast Battalion and guild target here. This is tough. So I'm gonna. This is very tough actually, because these are all very good cards. We could. I think we're gonna let Steadfast go. I think we're gonna play Jango and put a guild target on the Sundari. I think that makes the most sense. What's this flip on 5? Okay, he's trading. So we're gonna play guild target here. And then we're gonna ambush in Jango Fett. Okay. That was disgusting. We're gonna discard one of these cards. I hate to discard a card, actually. Let's go. Want to discard Price in your head? Or do you want to use that for Jango next turn? Or we're just going to use Barrage, right? So let's just discard this. Make this have 5. So if he tries to kill it, we'll take 5. If he doesn't, then we just get him for 5. Yeah. Cool. Okay, he's playing a unit from his hand. Another annoying keeper. Going face. Could have just killed the Sundari there, but we have Barrage to clean up the mess next turn. Price on your head is also very good here, but unfortunately we need to resource it to get to Darth Maul and to get to Barrage. So. Not much we can do there. Barrage is the better choice this turn. See what he does here first. You can't kill anything with those 2 units. And we can kill him pretty easily with Barrage. Okay, cool. So we're gonna Barrage on to Kylo for 6. Right? You could play something for 7 resources that actually does quite a bit because of Han's ability. So we're going to Barrage the Silencer, I think. Yeah, he could. I mean, he could have a ground unit that ambushes in. Yeah. So. Just kind of diversify our board state. Yep. That's exactly what I was talking about. We do have Darth Maul in a couple turns. We have already ambushed in. I mean, Jango is still better than Stormtrooper. Doesn't die. Darth Maul next turn. So he kills Kylo Ren here, which is fine. Swing him for 3. Okay, that's a card. Play Jango. Okay. Barrage is incredible here. So is Fallen Lightsaber. So is Darth Maul. So Darth Maul is going to give all of its damage to another Underworld unit. So we can give it to that. He has initiative, correct? I think we have to get rid of Fallen Lightsaber. Barrage and Maul are just better. Okay, well that is a thing. That is a thing, okay. Okay, Barrage for 5, that does 5 damage to the Bright Hope. We still have to swing in and take our damage, which means it would die. So let's just do a soft pass and see what he does. Okay, play a ground unit. No, that's not a ground unit. Okay, we can Barrage and kill that immediately, which is good. We could also just swing in with Darth Maul for 4 damage. I don't want him to gain life here. So it's either kill home 1 or go ahead and get Darth Maul on the board and get in for 1. So let's just kill home 1. Just gonna do 5. Get that off the board. trying to bait him to attack us, I think. He did not fall for the bait. Is it still good to just tack in with Kylo's silencer here? Not opposed to it. I mean, might as well, right? Just get him for 5. Okay, guild target with Darth Maul is insane. That's absolutely insane. If he doesn't have a way to gain life before that. Just pass. I haven't even come across that situation yet. That is absolutely incredible. Wow. Good game. And that's why we have 3 of these. Card's nuts. That was crazy though. The guild target, Darth Maul. Woof. My goodness. Alright, up against Grand Inquisitor Yellow here. No. Be nice to get a Lady Proxima one time, right? We can let Cassian go and what? I don't really want to let both Cassians go, do I? I mean, Cassian could be really good against them because they're gonna be damaging their own units. Fallen Lightsaber is gonna be really good. Steadfast will be solid. Migs is also good because we can set up knockouts with it. Yeesh. So many decisions that are not the easiest. I feel like this is important too because we want to be able to heal. So I think I'm just gonna let Cassian go. I want to be able to play a bunch of things turn 1. I don't want to be limited. I also want to be able to play this turn 1 because it could set up knockouts immediately if they only have 1 life left on something. I'm not sure how many grit units they have. Okay, yeah. This only does ground units. This does any unit, which is sweet. So we can kill something next turn. He claimed the initiative. Okay. Price on your head or guild target? I mean, probably want to put price on your head on that, right? We can't do both. We could just guild target it. That stinks. Is he gonna? He's not gonna damage it, I guess. Yeah, I mean, we're not getting rid of Battalion, and Migs is important too. Okay. Attack. When it attacks, ready a resource. Okay. Interesting. Play Migs. So he's at 3 resources. Either gonna play guild target on a unit on the ground, or we're gonna bounce Salacious Crumb here. Okay, so he didn't do anything. So guild target onto there it is. Okay, so we're gonna bounce and do that. So that if he tries to ready himself, he'll die. that back. Pass. Okay, we're on the turn where we can play two things. I really hate to let Steadfast go, but I think playing more units here, I don't know. Maybe not. Maybe let's just get rid of this and not let go of one of the best cards in our deck. Okay. That was an interesting choice. I mean, he's at 5 damage. I don't really want him hitting us in the face with that. Seems bad. So we will trade with that, I think. Search the top 7 cards of your vehicle. Put it. It costs 5 less and enters play ready. Okay. Interesting. Falcon is always good. He has to return it. So we will play this. And see what he does. And then, okay, he made it have -4. Deploy. Okay, we're gonna swing in for 6. He's gonna. They're just gonna kill our punishing one. Okay. Let's just get in for 2 more. Okay. Cool. Well, I think we're in decent shape here. What is that? I cannot see what this is. Why can I not see what this is? Choose a card to resource. Also, why do we have 3 cards? Okay, let's go. That just must be a glitch, okay. Well, let's do this so we can play both cards this turn. Play that. There. Wow, when that thing dies, we are gonna get so much damage. If we just have an ambushed, I don't know what we could do to even kill that. Yeah, we have to discard cards to kill that. So I mean, that's pretty sweet. I think right now though we're just kind of holding on to Battalion for anything that our opponent can do. We do have a couple of open fire in our deck too. Another one of those. Okay. Swing. He ready to resource. I think let's give him the opportunity to play another unit from his hand. Yeah, I mean, there's not much we could do. We have game next turn, so. Okay. No. Darth Maul is very, very good also. Yeah, just go ahead and try to win. He has to kill Kylo. Good game. Yeah, this deck's been really good so far.
Alright, up against Hera Blue here. No mulligan. Man, that's tough. So I can ramp next turn, which is good. I think it's guild target Cassian just because I really want to keep the Superlaser in the barrage. And I want to, starting off aggressive feels good, so I'm sure they have life gain in here as well. Yeah. That card's gonna be annoying. It's raid 1, yeah, I mean, it's okay. If he attacks into our Reckless Gunslinger, then we will kill him off with Superlaser Tech. Force Choke seems good. Could also squeeze in a Death Star Stormtrooper here, which also feels good. Keep the foot on the gas. See what our opponent does. Okay. It's not what I was expecting. Okay. I do 4 to that. Or just go face. I think we're going face. Don't need to resupply anymore. See what he does here. Okay, trades off. I think that makes it easy for us. To make that decision. Okay. 3 for 4. 1 for 2. Pass. Migs and Kylo here. We're at 5. Well, I don't see a point in resourcing at the moment. So we might just want to go wider if he doesn't play any more units. Fallen Lightsaber would have been ideal right now. Well, he's not got anything on the ground at the moment. Okay, guess our opponent is done. Good game. Another strong performance.
Alright, up against Han Red. No, looks like a good hand. Probably just get rid of resupplies, I guess. Try to be as aggressive as possible. Yep, we can ambush in the punishing one next turn to kill the green A-Wing. Okay. Because he's just gonna kill it, it doesn't really matter. So he's playing super low to the ground. Yeah, I think he can trade R2, that's fine. And then we will just bring in the punishing one. Ooh, Fallen Lightsaber's nice. It's very nice, but we're probably just gonna use it on Kylo next turn. Fallen Lightsaber has been incredible for Kylo. You know, you take a card out of your hand and then you give Kylo +3/3, so basically you're giving him +4/3. have to get rid of Darth Maul. Unfortunately, this is a fast-paced, low-to-the-ground game. Okay. Does that change things? Or are we just swinging with Reckless to kill the R2? Yeah. So that we don't lose the Stormtrooper. And then we ambush in the Punishing One to kill that. And then we... Are we just trading? I think we're just trading. Yeah, I think we're just trading. Ooh, nice. Very nice. Okay, what are we getting rid of here? I guess I really want to play the Fallen Lightsaber on Kylo. I think that's going to be really strong. So let's swing in with this first for 3. Put the guild target onto that. Deploy here. And just go face for 11 or kill K2SO. I think we just kill K2SO, right? Take our 4. Just 3 to... And we get to reactivate the Punishing One, which is disgusting. Alright, Barrage is good here. I think we're going to let the Dark Trooper go because we have Maul coming in 2 turns, which is awesome. Do we just get in for 6 or do we kill? I think we go ahead and kill. Yeah, let's just kill. Just do 9 damage. To Han. So we're getting for 12 this turn. Then we have... Do we want to kill Poe? No. We do not. I think we're going to play the Salacious Crumb because we can gain a life. I mean, he has to kill Kylo here. With Poe, he has to trade. Poe is awesome. I'm sorry, what? I don't quite understand how he killed us without actually taking any damage because it only does 2 damage to our face, so I don't know how that happened. Okay. Alright, we'll let Jango go here. He's going to our face, I'm guessing. For 8. Choose a card to discard. Cool. No. So we will just play this. Do that. He He is at 7 resources though, so he could have something strong. Draw a card, I guess. Deal 4 damage to us, okay. Good game. Darth Maul continues super close. Darth Maul continues to be the closer. So back for the post-game wrap-up. So after the changes I had made to increase the Steadfast Battalion and the Darth Maul to kind of focus on those, and the ramp spells, as well as the TIE Fighter to have lower to the ground, and the Phase Dark Trooper to have a Sentinel that we can use with Timely, we went 5-0 with those changes. So haven't lost yet since the deck has been updated. I only lost one time before that, so it wasn't like it was a bunch of losses. But yeah, it felt very good. So this is a very good starting point. And like I said, I think the ramp really helps your sideboard to be more relevant, and just helps you to get to like that Steadfast turn or that Darth Maul turn. You know, the ramp is very consistent. It works very well with Timely and the units that you have on board, as well as the barrage. Guild Target is just great because it's free. MVP of the deck is definitely Darth Maul. Fallen Lightsaber is a close second. Darth Maul is just incredible. I think just about every single game in the video we won because of Darth Maul. Like, it just fits so well with what we're trying to do in this deck and just push damage and close out the game quickly. That one game where we were able to play the Guild Target and then ambush in Darth Maul and close it out for like, I want to say 8 damage. It was just awesome. 8 or 9 damage. But that was just so cool. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Let me know what you think of Kylo Green and what your list looks like, or how you would, if any changes you would make, or any cards that I might have missed. But as always, y'all have a good one, and peace out.